Good morning, everybody. Sorry about that. Anyways, hope your Christmas was awesome. Hope you all had a great Merry Christmas. And even if you don't celebrate Christmas, hope your week is going well in general for you. Me and my family had a great Christmas. I have some posts that are still on my Snapchat for 24 hours. Welcome to check that out. I might re-upload or repost those 4 to 6 snaps, pictures, I guess you could say, from there. Welcome to follow me there on Snapchat at StevieK_06. The same on Instagram at StevieK_06. Reminds me. On here, let me see. I wanted to check something here on my Snapchat while I'm waiting. Again, hope your Christmas is awesome. Day's going well. Sorry about that. All right, let's just want to do this quickly while I'm thinking about it. Sorry, just trying to do something quickly. All right, let's get back to football. Just posting some things on my Instagram now, so you're welcome to find out what I did get there. Instagram and Snapchat, the same username at StevieK_06. And that's StevieK_06. All right, again, like I said, back to football. I will be eating while we're doing this. I'll try to do it off camera. Like, one has to eat. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Either way, week 16, interesting. A lot of things found out. A lot of teams eliminated from the playoffs. And pretty much the whole playoff card is known to us who's going to be playing. Pretty much. Not 100%. in regards to the NFC, there's two teams, one spot. The Philadelphia Eagles and the Minnesota Vikings are the two teams trying to get that final spot in the playoff. Vikings win, they're in. They control their own destiny. The Vikings lose and the Eagles lose, then the Vikings will be in. The Vikings lose, Eagles win, Eagles get in. So pretty self-explanatory right there in how the teams make it. But simply, if the Vikings win, period, then the Vikings will be in the playoffs, period. They control their own destiny there in that situation. I don't know, it would be interesting to have again, because I'm pretty sure we've had this in the past where defending Super Bowl champion doesn't even make it to the playoffs next year. Happened enough before. Heck, I'm sure it's happened with defending Super Bowl champions that even have better records, but just still didn't get into the playoffs. But anyways, in the AFC side, pretty much everything locked up. We have what I have is the game of the week, because it is definitely the game of the week that actually means the most. Though those other games mean something because, like I said, the playoff picture and the other conference and other things, but Colts against the Titans, my game of the week. And it is the NFL's game of the week because they flexed it to Sunday Night Football. Because there is no more Monday night, of course. It's week 17. So flex to the final game of the weekend, or final game on Sunday, final game of the weekend, final game of week 17. Because in the sense, it means the most, at least head-to-head matchup, meaning the most. You win, you're in. You lose, you go home, like the other 19 teams. 20 teams aren't making the playoffs. And you got the 12 teams that are, 6 in each conference. 4 division winners and 2 wild cards. So there you go. Broke that all down for you, even though you didn't really need to, right? But that's pretty much how that is. Yeah. It's very interesting. You want to talk about the playoff picture and how everything seems like it's already pretty much set up. I kind of have a guess of who I think is going to make it where, though the playoff picture isn't 100% finalized, but even if the Vikings made it in, or whether it's the Vikings or Eagles, on the NFC side, Titans or Colts, or if New England falls down back to the 3 seed, or if some way the Bears win and beat Minnesota and the Rams lose, Bears moving up to, like, no matter where people are placed in the teams, I think I have my updated prediction for the playoffs and how it will go. I do still say, as much as the defenses are doing well with the Ravens and the Bears, pretty much being mirror images of each other. AFC, like the Ravens are the AFC's Chicago Bears this year, and the Chicago Bears are the NFC's Baltimore Ravens. They both are mirror images of each other in their conferences. So one to think maybe those two teams will be facing each other in the Super Bowl. If that's the case, I know a couple of my friends that would be pretty happy with that one, who was the Baltimore Ravens versus the Chicago Bears in the Super Bowl. But as for me, now remember my prediction from the first episode of this season, of my Talking Packers with Steve for this 2018 NFL season, my very first episode, and I was predicting everything, records and playoffs. I had the Patriots versus the Packers, like I pretty much do have every year. And it was a great Super Bowl matchup back in 1996 season, but January of 1997. Packers are the Patriots, but so I'll still stay true to that, though I will be incorrect because the Packers aren't even in the playoffs. The Patriots might not even make it to the Super Bowl. But my prediction as of what the playoff picture is now Though, again, I'm still being judged and right or wrong with the official prediction, which in the end I will be wrong because Green Bay's not in the playoffs. But at least the second one, this quote-unquote second chance picking with the actual playoff picture. Again, whether it's the Colts or Titans in the playoffs on the AFC side, Eagles or Vikings in the playoffs on the NFC side, where teams are actually placed at the end when all the dust clears late Sunday night, let alone Monday morning or whenever, for the teams and where they're playing, but they're all going to be in the playoffs period. And all you need to be is in the dance, or as I say, even with contests, just be in the contest to have a chance. Rather have a 2% or 1%, 0.5% chance. Yeah, that's very low, but it's better than not even being in the contest and having 0%, right? So I guess there's that. I guess that's how I see things in that vein, in that way of thinking positively, I guess. Well, I don't guess that's how I think, but whether you guys agree or not, that's obviously your opinion. I respect it. But anyways, my updated prediction is going to be the Los Angeles Rams versus the Los Angeles Chargers. Both teams are on a collision course. Just think about how that week would be the Battle of LA on a neutral site, not even in LA. Rams, Chargers. That would be interesting. So that's my second chance of my updated prediction for the Super Bowl. Rams, Chargers playing the Super Bowl. Battle of LA for the number one title ever. Playing in Atlanta, Georgia. So, yes, there you go. But let's go over week 16, and I do go over the past week and head into the next week. Week 16 results, we have the Titans over Washington, 25-16. Ravens defeating the Chargers on the road, 22-10. And in the Titan game, the Titans are 6-1 at home since this season, 3-5 on the road. With the Ravens-Chargers matchup, Chargers 198 total yards, fewest since 2014. Next matchup, the Eagles defeating the Texans 32-30. Zach Ertz, most receiving yards by tight end in a single season in NFL history. The Packers squeaking by and defeating the Jets 44-38. Devontae Adams game-winning 16-yard receiving touchdown there. Nice, they're in overtime. 24-12 Patriots over the Bills. Patriots won 10th consecutive division title. 27-9 Vikings over the Lions. Kyle Rudolph, 9 receptions, 122 yards, 2 touchdowns. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Dallas Cowboys. Cowboys winning 27-20. Cowboys clinched the NFC East for the first time since 2016. The Browns over the Bengals, 26-18. Cleveland swept Cincinnati in a single season for the first time since 2002. Also, that's interesting in regard to the playoffs is Baltimore and Pittsburgh. So as much as there's a playing game here with the Colts and the Titans, the Ravens and the Steelers are still playing for something. As of right now, the Ravens are division leaders. Steelers are out of the playoffs. All the Ravens have to do is win. Beat Cleveland, you're in. Pittsburgh, you're staying home. Moving right along. Falcons over the Panthers, 24-10. McCaffrey, most receiving yards by a running back in a single season in NFL history. Jaguars over the Dolphins, 17-7. Jaguars won for the second time in the last 11 games. The Colts over the Giants, 28-27. Colts won 8 of the last 9 games and starting the season 1-5. That's why they're in this position to even get into the playoffs. Again, it's a win-and-in situation. Their playoffs have technically already started where they had to have this winning streak to even have a chance. But now seal the deal, win on the road against Tennessee, and you're in, and Tennessee goes home. I didn't think Tennessee was going to be much this year. At least my opinion there. The Bears over the 49ers, 14-9. Bears won 11 games in a season for the first time since 2010 when they were division champions back then. I shared that story of how everything worked out then for the Packers in my last episode last week. The Rams over the Cardinals, 31-9. Aaron Donald, 19.5 sacks this season, being a franchise record. The Saints over the Steelers, 31-28. Saints clinch home field advantage in the NFC playoffs, clinching that number 1 seed. The Seahawks over the Chiefs, 38-31. Seahawks clinch playoff berth. And Monday Night Football, Raiders over the Broncos, 27-14. The Broncos running back Philip Lindsay out for the remainder of the game there. And the Raiders picking up their 4th win here in the season. That was week 16 in a nutshell. Like I said, there's a lot of other things going on in week 17 beyond the 2, now I guess 3 matchups and 3 teams. The Ravens Steelers trying to get a spot with the division lead. The Titans and Colts actually battling it out on the field for a playoff spot, or 1-on-1, and the Vikings and Eagles battling it out for that last spot in the NFC, and there's separate games there. So, and then a lot of other matchups, like I said, also that having to do with placement. Bears win, Rams lose. Bears can be the number 2 seed. Can also have a thing with the Vikings winning and Seattle losing. Vikings not only can be in the playoffs, they can be at least 1 spot higher as a 5 seed than a 6 seed. So there you go. Let's head into week 17 and the predictions here. We got the Falcons against the Buccaneers, the 6-9 Falcons against the 5-10 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We got the Buccaneers finishing off the season with a win. The Falcons and the Buccaneers both being 6-10. The Buccaneers at least then would be over Atlanta in the standings in the NFC in that regard because they just beat them. Though that doesn't really matter to the teams as much as it does to me in my visual seeing of how all 32 are ranked, let alone NFC, AFC side. But the Buccaneers over the Falcons, 23-20 in that matchup there. Again, all these games are on Sunday. There's no Thursday night game, and there's no Sunday night football or Monday night football on ESPN. It's Sunday football, Sunday night football on NBC, and then the season's over. Moving right along, we got the 9-6 Cowboys against the 5-10 Giants. Will the Cowboys resting the players? I don't know. If they do, I'd probably pick the Giants. Dallas really isn't. I don't think they're playing for too much. I mean, it's the Bears and the Rams that are playing for. Still, they're seating between 2 and 3. But I do see the Cowboys still playing their players. So I'm going to go Dallas over New York, 24-7 in that matchup there. The Cowboys getting a win on the road. A strong way to finish off their season, the regular season, heading into their playoff season, starting following week. The next week, we got the 6-9 Panthers against the 13-2 Saints. See, the Panthers were a team that were supposed to have a string of hold on this division. A team that I thought was not only going to be running away with the division, but a team that had a good chance to maybe even win the Super Bowl or at least getting to the Super Bowl. Strong running game, quarterback, all the things you want, but they just took a nosedive. Almost as bad as the Packers did, but even in a bigger sense. Now they're shutting Cam Newton down. The Saints, I mean, they got the division so they could rest players too. But no matter what, I saw the Saints beating the Panthers 32-12 in this matchup. The 4-11 Jets against the 10-5 Patriots. Patriots still should be playing strong because they need some happy mojo and positivity heading into their playoff season, heading up next week or the following week. The Patriots over the Jets, 24-13 there. That's the 4-11 Jets against the 10-5 Patriots, as I said. Next matchup, we got the 5-10 Jaguars against the 10-5 Texans. I have the Texans over the Jaguars, 23-10 there. Next up, the 5-10 Lions against the 6-8-1 Packers. Packers getting 2 wins in a row. Great way to finish off the season, right? Not finishing winless on the road. We beat New York last week in overtime, so there you go. I got the Packers over the Lions, 16-3 there. The 7-8 Dolphins against the 5-10 Bills. Dolphins might not be making the playoffs, but they'll be finishing off strong with the win. I got the Dolphins over the Bills, 16-13 there. Arizona Cardinals, Seattle Seahawks. The 3-12 Arizona Cardinals against the 9-6 Seattle Seahawks team there. I got Seattle over Arizona 32-23 in that matchup. The 4-11 49ers against the 12-3 LA Rams. I do have the Rams over the Niners, though in a close game. Rams over Niners 16-3. The 11-4 Chargers against the 6-9 Broncos. Chargers over Broncos 20-13 there. The 8-7 Eagles against the 7-8 Washington team. No, we don't want to go right. I'm gonna go with the Eagles getting the win on the road, 16-10 there. The 6-9 Bengals against the 8-6-1 Steelers. Steelers getting the win, but honestly, they're getting the playoffs. Steelers winning 24-13. 11-4 Bears against the 8-6-1 Vikings. Will the Bears be resting players, or will they be playing? They still got a reason to play, but with the Rams game, which I think, which is I think is in the nope, the Rams game's in the afternoon too. But I'm gonna go with Vikings over the Bears. Last second field goal, winning 23-20. Vikings over the Bears. Could be like usually go. Vikings beating the Bears. Then they play the next week because the Bears didn't get that first round bye. Bears beating the Vikings in Chicago. See that happening very well. 4-11 Raiders against 11-4 Chiefs. If the Chiefs over the Raiders, winning it here, sorry, John Gruden. 28-13. The Ravens and Browns. Ravens when you're in. Shout out to Kyron Chase, my co-host at the Ramble, Steve Judson Ramble here on this channel. I have your Ravens winning. We have the 7-1 Browns against the 9-6 Ravens. I got the Ravens over the Browns, 28-23. And with the matchup of the week, we have the 9-6 Indianapolis Colts up against the 9-6 Tennessee Titans. And the winner goes home, the winner goes to the playoffs. The loser goes home. That's how that works. And for me, I'm going to go with a friend of mine, Stephen A. On Twitter at Stephen A1181. I have Indianapolis Colts getting the win and going to the playoffs. Colts over the Titans, 27-23. 27-23 Colts over Titans there. And that is your week 17. In a nutshell. So the playoffs ended today. Like I said, there's still things up in the air, but Kansas City, number 1 seed. New England, number 2 seed. We'd have the Colts against the Texans in the wild card matchup. And the LA Chargers against the Ravens in another matchup. Which is interesting because the Chargers have a better record than all of these teams in the wild card. But they are a wild card team, not a division winner, so they actually will be playing on the road. So I'm going to go to that matchup as the Ravens there. On the NFC side, we have number 1 seed being the Saints, number 2 seed being the Rams. The matchup we would have with the Vikings and Bears, I just was talking about, and Seahawks and Cowboys. So there you go. What was that for the playoff picture? So it will be interesting to see how everything goes. I certainly will be watching and seeing how it goes myself. Hope you guys had a great holiday season, although it still is continuing, right? Heading into New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. Well, anyway, I hope you all have a great rest of your day, rest of your evening, and above all else, as always, take care.